In this video, we're going to talk about MyCampus and Banner. A lot of times you will hear these words probably by your academic advisor, maybe even by your instructors and professors. So I want to let you guys know how to get into these systems and also what is in them. So this is the ASU homepage right here. If you look right up here at the top, there's some quick links at the very, very top. MyCampus is one of those links. So I want you to click on that. That takes you to the sign-in page. Your sign-in is the part of your email address before the @ symbol. So in your case, it would be first name dot last name, and then you know the rest of it is at smail.astate.edu. So whatever the last part is at smail@astate.edu or at astate.edu, you leave that part out. And then you use your same login that you would use to log into the email system. So once you log in, mine's going to look a little bit different from you guys because I have a lot of options as an employee and faculty member. All this faculty, that won't be there. But you will have a student section that will have a lot of different launches there. And you can get into Banner through this as well. So there should be a link here for Banner self-service. I want you to click on that, and that's going to take you to Banner. And there's so many things in Banner that's useful to students. I have a couple of tabs here that you will not have because you're not a faculty or employee, but you will have a student tab, and you will have personal information tab, and you will have a financial aid tab. So you can update your personal information right here. Remember also that if you're going to change your name or address, you also need to do that with A-State Online, and I showed you how to do that in a different lecture. But for right now, if you wanted to change it with Banner, you can update a lot of your information right here. And if you click on the Student tab, this is where a lot of your information that you're going to see over and over that you'll need to see is right here. Admissions, that's not important unless you decide to go to graduate school. And if you want to get your graduate degree on campus, like come to school physically, you would go right here to this admissions. But if you decide you want to get your graduate degree online through ASU, you'll go through A-State Online, which is a totally different website that I cover in a different lecture. Registration is a huge section for you guys. So let's go ahead and click on that. Registration status would be important for you guys. I'm going to look at my registration status. I have holds. That's because I am not currently a student. If you have not met with your advisor, you're going to have an academic hold that's going to prevent your registration. If you don't have good academic standing and you have a hold for that, that's going to appear right here as well. So anything that you have that might prevent you from registering, it will show right here. And that's when you'll need to get in and view all those holds. Or you can come down here and click View Holds. And it says I haven't been cleared by my advisor, and that's because I haven't gone to school in over a decade. But in any case, this is where you view your holds and take care of those. Okay, I'm going back to student. Sorry about that, I had a phone call. Okay, view holds here. Let's go back to the registration tab. Select term, that's where you just go in. If you're looking up classes for registration, here's where you select the term that you're going to look for. Right now, the fall and summer class schedules are not active, so I'm just going to choose spring. You can look at the important dates and academic calendar right here. These dates do not apply to A-State Online students though, so this is not as important as looking at A-State Online's website, which I'll show you in a different class. So let's try looking up classes. For spring, I'm going to submit, and I'm going to look up one of the classes that I teach. Okay, so I know the subject that I teach is interdisciplinary studies, but you can look for whatever class that you're looking for, like if there's mathematics or communications, whatever. You choose the subject area right here, and then you click Course Search, and this gives you all of the classes in that subject area. Now, let's try to find the specific class that I'm looking for. I'm looking for a critical thinking class, and that's this one right here, so I'm going to click View Sections. And it shows me all the sections that are being taught of that class. Here's the important thing for you guys. You have to look for classes that are designated as LSD, and it will be a Section 10A. These are for A-State online students only. And again, you pay less tuition fees than the typical student on campus. So if you tried to register in one of these other classes, then you would end up paying a lot of money. So you want to make sure the campus is long distance learning right here, LSD, and you want to make sure the section number is 10A. You can see here's a web class that I teach. This is for our students that are on campus. So if you accidentally register for this thinking it was just a web class and that you should take it, then you're going to pay a lot more in your tuition and fees. Good rule of thumb here, your advisor is going to email you a list of classes every single semester that are available for A-State online students to take. Choose from those classes. I wouldn't even come in here and do a search like this. I would just use that list my advisor gave me. Okay. Week at a glance. Once you have your schedule, it will show you what you're taking when. Course catalog will let you look up classes and get course descriptions for those classes. So again, I'm just going to look up one of my classes that I've taken before, or that I teach, sorry. Okay, critical thinking. So I can see an explanation, a course description right here of this class. I can see if there are any prerequisites. That's important to know. Although a lot of the prerequisites for our online students are waived, so if you ever do see that prerequisites are required for a course that you don't have, contact your advisor, because a lot of times they can still get you into that class anyway. But this is really cool that I can look at a course description and kind of see what I'm expected to take when I take my class. Active registration. Again, it's not going to let me do it because I am not officially considered a student right now. Registration history, that will just go in and allow me to see what I've registered for in the past. In order books, we are required to submit our textbooks every semester to Banner so that they're all in there. I would wait personally, if I were you, to order my books after I get the syllabus, because I know in one of my classes, Critical Thinking, we do not have to have a textbook, and for some reason under this link there's a textbook listed. So that's not something that I would necessarily pay attention to if I were a student. The add or drop classes is going to be very important for you. Obviously, it's not going to let me do it, but we'll look at this guide right here. That will show you what it looks like from your end when you register for classes. So again, you would look for your classes on the A-State Online website. That's telling you about important dates, the classes that will be available. This right here will be similar to what your advisor sends you every semester. It's just a list of classes and what's offered when that you are available to take. These numbers highlighted in red are called CRN numbers. They are very important. For any class that you want to take, you will need the CRN number to register for it in Banner. So if you decide you want to take any class, write down the CRN number. You're going to need it later. Okay, so let's go into Banner. That's what it's showing right here. I already told you how to go through MyCampus. I already showed you how to log in. And then you have a self-service banner icon that looks like this, SSB. You already saw what this looks like throughout my lecture. You're going to get to click the Student tab, Add or Drop Classes, and then you select the current semester, not the current semester, but the semester that you want to register for. And here's where you plug in those CRN numbers. So those CRN numbers, you just type them right in here. And once you have all of your CRN numbers for all the classes you want to take, you can click Submit Changes right here. And once you click Submit Changes, it will add those classes to your schedule. And you'll be able to see your current schedule, what you've already added right here. If you want to look at your schedule, you can look at a detailed schedule. I showed you how to do that a while ago. Obviously, when I get in there and try to do it, I'm not registered for any classes, so it's not going to show me how to do that. Student records is also a very important part of Banner. You can go in and view your holds here. Again, if you have an academic advising hold, financial aid hold, anything like that, it'll show. You can view your grades here, which, I mean, that's why any of us are in college, to get those grades so we can graduate. Sometimes professors post midterm grades, some of them don't, but your final grades, here's where you can come in and check those. You can pull your entire transcript right here. Click Submit and it pulls your entire transcript. You can print it out, look at it. If you need an official transcript, sometimes you might need these if you're trying to apply for graduate school. Sometimes employers require official transcripts. You have to request that from our transcripts department, and you do that by clicking this link. And if you need to send it to another college for graduate school, you can look up the code right here for that. If you have requested a transcript, you can see the status of that right here, if they've sent it or not. If you have any test scores on file, like ACT or anything like that, you can view those here. Degree evaluation is the CAP program, and I'm going to go over that in a separate video, but it's located here as well. You can also look at your schedule, your student information. You can view the course catalog, which has the course descriptions. All of that is right here. And you can also file your intent to graduate card when you're in your last semester. At the very beginning of your last semester, when you're graduating, you'll come here to file your intent to graduate card. And your advisor is going to remind you to do that when you're graduating. So there's a ton of information for you right here. Financial aid is another thing. It has its own separate tab. I obviously don't have any financial aid because I haven't gone to school in a long time. But if you want to view your current financial aid and if everything's posted and what have you, you can look at that as well here. So there's a ton of information for you guys here in this database system called Banner. And remember, you go through MyCampus, you click on the SSB link, and that will bring you here to self-service Banner.